said, thank you for inviting me to this really, I think, wonderful business school. That there's so much history that you've got, but you want to hear something from me. But I just want to say a few words on leadership tonight. The message is, I've never come across successful people who are negative. Of course one watches what's going on with the tragedy we've had in the mine and all the unemployment we have in our country and so much to do in this country of ours. But one must never get down to being negative. What's happened in this country is just remarkable since 1994. And we're going through, like a teenager goes through teenager problems, we're going through teenager problems. It's only 20 odd years ago that Mr. Mandela came in fact less than that. So I wanted to open up with that because I've learned so much in my life from other people. From attending evenings like this, from attending lectures, and I thought my idea of leadership would be just to give you a few stories of how I learnt and used the learning in my life. So let me just start very briefly. When I was at school, I was very keen on rugby. They still haven't picked me for the Springbok side of the campus. But I remember catching a ball in practice and I dropped it. I didn't catch it. And the coach said, Ackerman, he was an Afrikaans guy, yes, bang, you're scared. I was so upset with that. And I then became quite a good player. I tackled very aggressively because I was not going to let him tell me that I was bang. And you know, years later, when I was fighting, I had to go and see Mr. Botha, President Botha, to try and get houses for our black managers. And we said, you know, we've got black managers. Mr. Forster allowed us to promote on merit, which was quite a thing in 1975, 76. 1980, we went to see Mr. Botha, and he was not very easy to talk to. And I was really bummed because I had to go into a room this size. And he was over there at the very end, and I was here, and he had all his guards, and I had to shout what I'd come to see him about. And I was really bummed. And I remember this rugby thing. And so it's amazing how experiences in your early life, it's so important how you listen to what your lecturers are teaching you. It's amazing what can stay all your life. The day we walked into university, Professor Hutt, was a long-haired guy, very professorial. Now you all look smarter than him, but very professorial. And he said, why have you guys come here? 40 of us, why have you come? I'm sure you've come to make money quickly. Put your hands up. So nearly everyone put their hand up. He said, I'm not going to pass any of you in 3 years' time if you still have that view. Now you all study mission and goals, having a mission and a goal. A doctor should have a mission to heal, he said. A lawyer should have a mission to look after his client. And a retailer should have a mission to really care about the consumer and thereby make a profit. It's cardinal. A lot of people don't understand it. But it stayed with me, and I went back to my late father, who was in business, and I told him, this is the greatest day of my life. I've realized why you asked me to go on a business course, because I actually wanted to be a doctor at one stage. He said, Raymond, if you are talking this rubbish to me, I'm going to pull you right out of university. Business is tough, business is rough, and it is, but your goal must be to care for your customer or your guest if you're a hotelier, or if you're a lecturer to your student. You've got to have a clear mission. And believe me, that stayed with me all my life. And I just want to stress to those of you going on today that business is wonderful. It's exciting. You've got to have the right mission and you've got to go for it. But having passion and an understanding that the more you give, the more you get back is going to be more true of the future leaders than it is even today. Because a lot of business leaders pay lip service to sustainability and social responsibility. It's going to be so crucial in the future. I remember an American said to me, you must keep your ear very close to the ground, which I'm sure you do, but so close that grasshoppers jump in. And then you're listening. And then you're listening, and then when the grasshoppers tickle your ear, you're remembering certain basic principles. And all I want to say to you is, I learned those principles from some wonderful people, diverse people, and I just put them down and they became part of my life. And I believe that's leadership. My American president, I'm not sure which, said, a leader is one who moves his people from where they are to where he or she, the leader, wants them to be. That's true. And Napoleon said, leaders deal in hope. I opened up on the question of being positive about this country, positive about life. Because no one wants to hear that you've had a bad night, no one wants to hear that you're unhappy. Keep that to yourself, but try and spread that feeling of hope and positiveness. Nearly every leader that I've come across has shown enormous signs of being positive. So I want to end by just saying that my late father, on some instances, thought I was mad, but I listened to him on one particular thing. He said, always remember to keep your head in the sky, and you mentioned that in your speech, keep your head in the sky and your feet on the ground. Feet on the ground is your education, giving you roots, giving you plans that you can really fulfill. But keep your head in the sky, keep dreaming, keep thinking, what can I do? Not just for myself, what can I do for my country? What can I do around me? And have a passion for what you're doing, and use your education with your 4 legs at the table to build a career. I really thank you so much for inviting me. I've been delighted to be with you here, and I hope this has been of interest to you. Thank you.